Hello and welcome to the Python tutorial series. My name is Daneyal Lari and today I'll discuss about the list comprehension. So previously we have learned the list, tuple, set, dictionary, so many things we have already learned, and we have already learned that how to create the list, tuples, dictionary. So list comprehension is an elegant way by which you can create the list, you can generate the list. So this is very important topic because whenever you go for any interview, any online test, then they may be asked what is list comprehension and how to use in the applications. So the syntax is very simple, but it's program in program when we write the list comprehension thing, so it's a little bit tricky. So it's a new thing in a programming. So just understand this very slowly, gradually, and implement by yourself, then it will make more clear to all of you. So list comprehension actually a new thing, and what is the major benefit of using this? Just look at here. So list comprehension provides a concise and elegant way to create the list. So it is another way to create a list. Just remember this one. Okay. List comprehension is more compact and faster than the normal functions and the loops for creating a list. So we can create the list by using the functions, we can create the list by using the loops. So list comprehension is more compact and faster. So if it is compact, so obviously it will be a little bit tricky, a little bit um, uh, tough in writing the uh, syntaxes and writing the statements. We can create lists just like mathematical statements, and in one line only. You don't need to write more than one line expression to create a list if you are using list comprehension. So this is very useful. List comprehension always returns a list. So whenever you write list comprehension, we will see that what is the syntax. So it will always return a list in the form of result. So let's see that what is the syntax and how to use the application. So a syntax will consist, just read this slide very carefully. It consists of brackets containing an expression. Okay, so we know that the list can be created with the help of a square bracket. So it will contain a bracket and an expression, first of all, followed by a for clause. We have already learned that how to use for. Then zero or more for or if clause. It if you want that it should be more than one for in to create a list, then you can use nested for also into the list comprehension. And if you have some conditional statement by which you want to generate a list, then you can use the if statement also into the list comprehension. We'll see with the example one by one. The expression can be anything. You can write any expression. We'll see. Meaning you can put in all kind of objects in a list. So what contains in the list comprehension syntax? So the result will be a new list resulting from the evaluation of the expression. A list comprehension generally consists of these parts. First part will be output expression. Okay, so this output expression will generate actually your list. An input sequence on which you will apply some logic, and a variable representing the member of input sequence, and an optional predicate part. So let's see how your syntax will look like. So your expression will, your syntax will look like, first of all, you will write your expression, then you will write for, and here you will write your items in list, if, and after that you will write your condition, and whole thing you will write into the bracket. We have already seen that what is the syntax. It consists of bracket containing an expression followed by a for clause. So here you can see that all the things are enclosed within the bracket. And if we see this syntax, then the same thing you can do by using this statement. So let's see, this can be converted into this for item in list. Here you will write for item in list, and after that, when this for loop will execute, then it will check the condition, and after that it will evaluate the expression. So this syntax, this expression can be rewrite in one line by using list comprehension in this way. Okay, so this is the representation of the list comprehension, and this is the expression that we use generally in our application that we have learned in the previous sessions. So let's see how to use in application. Uh, let's create a list that contains numbers from 0 to 9. Okay, so if you don't know that how to use the list comprehension in application, then what will you do? You will write your code like this. First of all, you will create a list uh, that will be empty. Okay, and after that you will execute your for loop from range 0 to 10, and after that you will fetch every element from that loop, and you will put those values into the list by using append method. Okay, and after that you will print your list. So this statement will generate a list that will contain a number from 0 to 9. So as you can see, the output will be 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So I hope this uh, the whole statements are now clear. Now you can do the same thing by using the list comprehension. And how to do that? Just look at here. You will write I, your expression, for I in range 10. So for every value of I, it will pass to the expression and it will generate the elements for the list. So for I in range, and it will generate the values. So here the same thing that you are writing above here to create a list from 0 to 9, you can do this by using only a single statement. Okay, just do your this code by yourself, then it will make more clear to you. You can put the conditions also into the list comprehension. So let's see that how to do the conditional statement. So let's generate a square of all odd numbers, okay, from the range 1 to 10. So odd square numbers, if you want to generate, then the expression will be any number to the power 2. So this will generate the square. So this is my expression for x in range 1 to 11. So it will generate the number from 1 to 10. But the condition is the number that I want to calculate, I want to generate the square, must be an odd number. Okay, so here after that I will write a condition, that is, if this x that is generated by this for loop, if this mod is equal to 1, so it means that will be your odd number, so then it will return that x to this expression. Okay, so now this will generate your odd square numbers here. And if you don't know that how to do this by using the list comprehension, then what you do, you will write the same to generate the same output. You will write the code like, first of all, you will generate an empty list like this, and after that you will write a code for x in range 1 to 11. So it will generate a number from 1 to 10. We have already learned that what is mean by range. And after that you will check the x value here, and if that x is odd, then you will calculate the square and append to your list. Okay, and after that you will print your odd square. So the as you can see that the whole statements we can write into one line by using this list comprehension. So just compare the both statement. So you can see that this is very elegant, this is very compact. So this will make more comfortable to you when you will do the practice. We can use the nested if also into the list comprehension. So how to use this? Suppose we want to generate a number from 0 to 100, and the code says the number from 0 to 100, a list should contain 0 to 100 number if that number is divided by 2 and 5. Okay, so how will you write your code if you don't know that the list comprehension? So just look at here the below code. First of all, you will create a list that will be empty, and you will you will generate a range that will be from 0 to 100, that is range 100. So it will fetch one by one elements, and after that you will check that number is divided by 2 and that number is divided by 5, then that number must be append to the list. Okay, and after that you will print that number by using print statement. The same thing we can do by using the list comprehension. Just look at here. The x will be a value, and this x is my expression that will be evaluated after whole expression will evaluate. So for x in range 100, so this x, first of all, check that if x is mod by 2 is equal to 0, and if x mod 5 is equal to 0, if both expression gets true, then it will return that x to this expression. So now you can see that the whole statement we can write into the single statement. Okay, so I hope this nested if is also clear. Just do the practice, just write this code by yourself. If else, we can use also if else statement in the list comprehension. So suppose we want to generate the even odd numbers in my list. So what we can do, if the number is divided by 2, then that number is even, otherwise that number is else, that number is odd. So to check that the numbers are even or odd, the condition will be look like this. But for which number? So for that I'll generate a range. So this will generate a range from 1 to 10, and after that this I will pass to this expression. If this expression get true, then it will be even, and if this expression get false, then this will be added to your list. So this here you can see that first even, then odd, then even, then odd, even, odd, even, odd. So this is your if else statement. If you want to see, then we can do by using this one. So here, for example, this is my, I want to generate the odd even numbers, and for example I want to generate only odd numbers. Okay, so what I can do, I will write I. So I will be odd if that numbers is not divided by 0, sorry, 2. So here I can print this, get here odd underscore number, and let's print the value. So here you can see that it prints the odd numbers. And suppose you want that it should contain odd even both, and accordingly it should print the value. So if you have if else, okay, if else, in that case you want to generate, then if else will be written before your loop. Just remember this one. Okay, so if you want that it should generate the odd or even like this, here I am writing odd, and the condition is if I mod 2, okay, is not equal to 0, else it will be even. And here I will remove this one. Now print the value. As you can see that even odd, and even odd. If you want that which number is even and which number is odd, so you can write your expression like, first of all, here I will write like this. I will print the i's value also, so we can combine the value into the brackets. Okay, so we can combine the values like I comma even, and just look at here. So here you can see that 0 is even, 1 is odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even, and 5 is odd. So the expression you can write anything as per your requirement, but the condition that must be written in the form of that is decided by the Python's developer. So if you have if else, then it will be before your for loop. If you have only if condition by which you want to generate your expression, then it will be after for loop. Okay, so now I hope this expression, this statement is also clear. Nested loop, yes, we can use the nested loop also into the list comprehension. So let's do a practice. Suppose you have uh, a matrix that is that contains, first row contains 1 2 3 4, second row contains 4 5 6 and 8, and the program asks that find the transpose of this matrix. Okay, so that's simple. What will you do? You will write your code, and first of all you will fetch every row's first value that will be row of your transpose matrix. So the transpose of this will be, first row will be contain 1 4, second will be contain 2 and 5, third row will be contain 3 and 6, and fourth row will contain 4 and 8. This will be your transpose of the given matrix. We know that. Okay. So I hope you know that what is the meaning of transpose. Now, what will you write the code to generate this transpose? So first of all, uh, you will write a loop by which you will fetch the elements of means the length of the column. So the length of the column by we can get by using the matrix 0. So when we will call the matrix 0, so it will fetch this um, row, that is your first row, and we can call the len method. So it will calculate the length of the first row. So it will find that it is 4. So it will generate a range from 0 to 4, means 0 to 3. Okay. So this is the first row size. So it will be same for every, so it is not a problem. After that, we will create an empty transpose row. Okay. A list, and after that we will fetch, for I it is 0, so 0 of this row and 0 of this row, that will be append into your transposed matrix. So here row in matrix, so row is my variable and matrix means it will fetch the first row here. Okay. And after that I am calling rows I. Row I means I is equal to 0, so it will fetch the 0th index value, that is 1. So it will add the 0th index value into this list, that is I'm creating a temporary list, and after that it will add it, and then it will fetch the next row and its 0th element, so it will be 4. So it will add into this transpose row, so it will generate like 1 and 4 into this temporary transpose row. And now after that, when this loop will be finished, I will add that temporary row into my transposed matrix by calling the append method. So whenever this whole statement will execute and finish, I'll get my transpose matrix. Okay. So this is the code that is not using the list comprehension. So by list comprehension, you can do the same thing in one syntax. Just look at here. This is my matrix, and I want to calculate the transpose of this matrix. Then I will right, for I in range 4. So here you can write the same syntax to calculate the number of columns. So you can call the len method, and by that you can call the matrix 0th rows element. So you can write the same syntax. I'm writing only 4. So it will it will generate the values from 0 to 4, that is 0 1 2 and 3, and for every I I'm calling a row I. Okay. And row I means this will fetch the every row. So this is the row, first row, and row I means I is equal to 0, so it will fetch the first value. Okay. So first value is 0. After that it will fetch the next row of this matrix and the 0th value of this row. So it will fetch 4. So now all the rows has been finished for 0. So it will generate a matrix that is 1 and 4. So it is now, you can see that it is now 1 4. After that it will go and fetch the next I, that is 1. So after that it will fetch the matrix row first index value. Okay. So this will be 2, and matrix second rows and first column value, that is 5. So you can see here that is 2 and 5. So by using this syntax, you can do the same code that we have done previous by using this statement. Okay. So you can use the nested for loop also in your list comprehension. One thing you need to remember that is, just note down, every list comprehension can be rewrite in for loop, but every for loop, it is not required, it is not mandatory that, but every for loop cannot be rewritten in the form of list comprehension. Just remember this one. Okay. So this point must be remembered. So I am giving you some question for the practice also. Just do these question by yourself. First question is generate a list contains a square of all odd numbers from the range 1 to 10. Okay. Second question is generate a list contains power of 2 from 1 to 8. Generate a list for lowering the letters. So you have a list which will have uppercase letters, and you need to write a list comprehension that will convert your all uppercase letter into the lowercase. Generate a list which extract numbers from the string. You have a string that contains numbers also. For example, my roll number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should extract only 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, by using list comprehension. Generate a list for multiplication table. So you need to generate a table by using list comprehension. Okay, so just do the practice. In the next session, I'll discuss these questions also. But first of all, do yourself. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I hope the list comprehension is clear. If you still have doubt, then you can put your queries. So please like, comment, and share your views, share the videos, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.